And I thank you so much for giving this space to our good friends.
God, let's do it, man. Let's start.
Mike, what does it mean to you to be here supporting the WBC?
Hey, I'm just happy that I've been involved with the WBC ever since 1985, 86, and I'm still with them. I'm still here, still supporting them, and this is beautiful. I'm happy to be here.
A very long flight here, but it worth it.
I've been on longer flights, so I can't complain.
Mike, do you think that we should read very much into the last fight that Tyson Fury had?
Hey, you should, but you got to understand he's still champion. You know what I mean? He made that night a great night. He gave Francis the opportunity, and this is just a bad night at the office for him. We all report today, but we have a bad night. And listen, that was his bad night.
Do you believe the heavyweights are in good hands now, after you?
I always thought the heavyweights were doing good. I just didn't think they were fighting often enough, but I think they're all a great bunch of heavyweights.
What do you think about Usyk versus Tyson Fury, this fight?
I'm gonna look forward to that fight. That's gonna be an interesting fight. I'm going towards Tyson Fury because I think he's just gonna overpower him. He's gonna catch up with him and overpower him. That's what I think. I could be wrong.
You often were the smaller person when you were fighting in the division, and obviously Usyk is going to be the smaller person. Do you think that will necessarily count, or do you think that Tyson Fury does have the advantages?
Little guys are difficult to fight because they're harder to hit, because they're smaller. He runs a lot, he moves a lot. Tyson's probably going to have a few rounds to deal with his movements, but he's very difficult to fight. Very difficult, very smart, very fast.
Mike, the last time that I speak to you, we are talking about Canelo, and you were a fan of Canelo, but now you create the Mexican monster. For you, who is the best Mexican right now?
Best Mexican fighter right now? It has to be. Listen, Benavidez is half Mexican. I don't know if he considers it, but he's very exciting. I like the way he fights. He throws a lot of punches, and it's gonna be tough to beat him. The toughest fight he may have is the guy Moreno, the Cuban guy. Am I saying the right name?
Morel? David Morel.
Yeah, Morel. He's a really hard puncher, and if he hits somebody, he can knock anybody out. But then again, Benavidez is a really good boxer when he wants to. He slugs a lot, but he's a really good boxer.
You mentioned that Isaac. You mentioned that Isaac Cruz is the next Mexican Tyson.
Well, listen, he has a lot of capabilities. He did great with Devontae Davis, and know what makes him special more than anything? He's exciting. He keeps coming forward. That makes him exciting.
Do you think there's a big motivation to be undisputed? Because whoever wins this fight between Fury and Usyk is going to be the first undisputed champion since Lennox Lewis.
Listen, we should. I'm a big believer in unifying the titles, but then by having the title, now we're talking business now. By having one champion and there's so many contenders, the contenders are not going to get an opportunity to fight for the title. So we have to make more than one title for everybody to get a chance to fight for the title. And that's even better for business because it's a championship fight and everyone wants to watch championship fights. The more you have, the more beneficial you are from a business perspective. And people that say, hey, there's too many organizations. Well, without the organizations, fighters wouldn't have a chance. The best thing, I used to think that too, well, too many titles, but then the fighters won't get a chance to fight for a title. So this fight is about taking care of protecting the fighters. If they can't fight for the title, they can't take care of their family. And that's the money fight, the championship fight. So as many championship fights you have, the better it is for the fighter. I used to have the same opinion, fuck that, all these belts, all these organizations. But the object of boxing is the betterment of the fighters, and more organizations is the betterment of fighters.
What's the fight you want to see most right now in boxing?
Excuse me?
What's the fight you want to see most in boxing?
Well, there's so many great fights, I want to see Devontae Davis fight the Pitbull again. I want to see Morel fight Benavidez. There's a lot of great fights, a lot of heavyweight fights I like to watch too. There's a lot of great fighters now. The only argument I have, they don't fight enough. You fight once or twice a year. That's not fighting. We're entertainers. People have to see us as much as possible. So I look at myself not as a fighter also, but I'm an entertainer. People need to see me, and I have to make them happy. That's how I look at my job as a fighter. I have to make these people happy. If I don't make them happy, I don't make them excited, I have to do something. Bite the ear, do something, break a arm. I have to do something so they can say, when are we going to see him again? Even though it's crazy. When are we going to see him by the ear again? When are we going to see him? It's just all about bringing the people, attracting the people, filling the seats. That's what a great fighter does. He fills seats. That fighter, did you know, that won so many titles, won, beat everybody, but the people come see the people he fight. They don't come to see him. And that's what fighters do. We entertain people.
Mike, are you going to continue in Francis Ngannou's corner?
Hey, if he needs me, I would love to be there, yes.
What do you feel when you hear Mexico?
When I hear Mexico, I think about fun. I think about a lot of fun.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because every time I go to Mexico, I have a lot of fun. See, I don't drink anything no more, so when I used to go to Mexico, wow.
Would you have
Mike,
liked
you
to
are
have
next
fought
to
in Saudi
Mauricio
Arabia
Suleiman.
during your career?
Excuse me?
Would you have liked to have fought in Saudi Arabia during your career? Of
Hey,
not.
it wasn't meant, everything's written, man. It was meant for me to be who I am now. It's meant for me to work for the organizations in Saudi Arabia. So everything's been written. Everything's going to plan for life. Everything's happening well.
Mike, I can define you like a loyal guy. And regarding loyalty, what is the meaning for you to be with Mauricio and the WBC?
Hey, listen, I'm with them. I was with them since 85, 86. This is a family. This is friendship. I'm happy to be here. You asked me to come and I came.
Some memory with Jose Suleiman.
Oh, the best memory, being champion, him rushing with the belt, giving me the belt, me going to Mexico, visiting him all those, and me going to see him at his last moment of life. It was just a great moment.
Mike, can you be thinking about the towel that gave Mauricio to the trainers? Now with Francis Ngannou.
We have a trainer's belt. It's in the form of a towel. Anyone who crowns a WBC champion receives a belt like a towel.
Wow, yeah.
Are you thinking about now with Francis Ngannou?
Hey, I don't think about nothing. I just wait till it happens. You know?
Okay.
But for Ngannou, better boxing or MMA now?
For Ngannou, I think he has. Everybody wants to see him continue to box. I noticed that people want to see him box other fighters. Listen, he did almost the impossible. He did what's going to happen in the future one day. There's going to be a fighter that's the MMA champ and the heavyweight boxing champ at the same time. Now imagine that was getting ready to happen that night, but I see that happening. Either a boxer or MMA fighter, he's going to be heavyweight boxing champ and MMA boxing fighting champ.
Are you surprised at the size of heavyweights nowadays? Look at Tyson Fury, 7 foot in height virtually, nearly 300 and something pounds in weight.
Hey, he's rare. He's just rare. You know, he's one in a lifetime. To be that successful, there's always been big guys that maybe look obese or overweight, but they've never been that successful.
You talk about overweight. When you were actually champion, you were ripped. You look fantastic. A lot of the heavyweights nowadays look really quite flabby.
Well, listen, that's because of my ego. I always watched the fighters when I was a little Alexis Ogueya and those guys around. And when they breathe, you can see every muscle in their body. And when they go like that, I say, wow. You see those, and I said, I want my body to look like that. When you see them on the scale, you see they're nothing ripped. That's all you see is muscles. And I said, wow, I want to look like that.
But
so,
it was dedication to training
Oh,
as well.
absolutely.
Because
James,
you
let
said,
the others please also.
you said that if somebody got up at 5 o'clock, you got up at 4
yeah,
o'clock.
that's just, I want to be ahead of the game.
Mike, some comments to the situation now of the boxing TV pay-per-view in the future. You have more ideas so that people to talk, please.
Explain that. I can't.
Yeah, any comments about the structure of Showtime going now boxing by pay-per-view, platforms? You think it's going to change the scope of the sport?
I don't know, but it looks like boxing really it's looking for a home now. Boxing at this moment is looking for a home, and we're going to see who's going to be the home base. The Zone, ESPN. You know, I don't know anything what's going on in boxing now. Who's running the place? But it's changing. You see it changing.
Mike,
You
talking
share
about
a good
Canelo,
memory with Julio Cesar Chavez, something that you remember with Julio.
Oh, I've been over his house a couple of times. I've been to Culiacán a couple of times. Yeah, I've had a lot of experience with him. We always fought on the
Something
same
that you
card.
can share with us.
Yeah, I've been over his house. I've been with his family. I know him well. Like I told you, I spent time with him.
His
for
mother
years.
cook for you.
Yeah, good food.
It's
Good food.
possible to know about your commercial project in the future?
Excuse me?
It's possible to know about your commercial projects.
Commercial?
Yeah,
Your
what are you
business?
doing in business?
Oh, like same stuff, movies, selling clothes, boxing equipment, cannabis, marijuana. What else do I sell? Vapes. Hey, I do a good job on cigarettes, tobacco, and cannabis. Yeah.
Your prediction for Usyk Fury?
Wow. I got to go with Fury. Going with Fury.
Why, John?
Huh?
Why?
Because I think he's the best fighter in the world, especially in the heavyweight division. And great fighters lose. Great fighters look bad. That doesn't stop them from being great fighters.
Dos más, por favor, porque vamos a la cena.
Okay.
Mike-
How do you see that?
Dale
Sorry.
chance, Erika.
Sorry, gracias, Chava. Talking about Canelo, what is your approach of the things that the Mexican is doing right now?
What is he doing?
He's going to come back in May.
Well, listen, he's in a position now that's like he could do whatever he wants. I could fight, I could do something else, I could do movies, commercials, whatever it is he wants to do. He's in that position to do whatever he wants to do.
If you were Canelo, what would you do?
I don't know how Carmelo thinks. You know what I mean? I don't know him in that perspective, how his mind works, anything. I don't know. You have to ask him.
Benavides, maybe?
Benavides fight him? Yeah, I would like to watch that fight. I would like to watch that fight. He's been champion for a long time, Canelo.
Finally, champ. How do you see the boxing in Middle East? I saw you enjoying
Well, listen,
Saudi Arabia. So they're gonna be conquer boxing more than Vegas.
Only if it's consistent. They can't have a great fight and then 2 years later there's not as tough. There's another fight. It has to be consistent within months, 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 9 weeks, another fight. Keeping consistency. The only reason they had fights before, but the only way they're gonna be successful is for consistency. See, America, even though they stop, they always got fights somewhere. Even if they're not big fights, they're in Miami somewhere, they're in Houston somewhere. They have constant fights. And that's what Saudi Arabia has. They have to have constant fights. It doesn't have to be in Riyadh, maybe in Dubai, but constantly in that area have fights. Consistently.
Muchas gracias a todos. Miguel, muchas gracias.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.